Well, good morning, everyone. It is the 27th of December, 2024, and this is the comment video. And as always, we're going to start with the weather. Now, Quartzsite weather says, the weather.com says it's 47, but it's 51 out here. So it kind of went the other way. That's unusual. It's 51 out here at 6:20 a.m. Be a high of 71 today, a low of 46. And that looks like pretty much the story all the way through the 10th of January. The highs bounce between 70 and 75, the lows between 40 and 47. What do you think of that? That's pretty nice. And I checked, and only single-digit winds through that whole time. So winds aren't going to be a problem. A little bit of cloud cover, but my sense is, looking at the 10-day forecast yesterday versus today, there's less cloud cover projected today than yesterday. So if you're coming to Quartzsite or if you're in Quartzsite, that's nothing but good news, my friends. And before we start, my best wishes out to Charlie and Diane, who probably won't see this because they're traveling from Kansas. I'm wishing them safe travels from Kansas to Quartzsite. So let's go ahead and dig into these wonderful comments. In the first one, there's a lot of them on this my Join Me for Christmas video. I apologize, that was very late coming on Christmas Day. I meant to have it out mid-afternoon. It didn't get out into the evening, so a lot of people didn't see it till yesterday. Renee Slater says, "Merry Christmas. It's fun to reminisce about the past. One of the Christmases I always remember is when I was about 6 years old and got a Patty PayPal doll. You held her hand and she walked next to you. Nice that you guys eat together to celebrate. Love that hat, Deborah." And I think that was the last one from yesterday. I just remember reading it. So it's worth repeating, though. It's a nice comment. Then we have M. Campbell on my compilation of my game camera, showing the local critters here in the desert, and M. Campbell says that jackrabbit is a cool catch. It certainly was, wasn't it? Ken Gray says, "Good footage. Wonder why it doesn't pick up anything during the day. Too exposed an area, maybe." Well, I don't have it on during the day because, I don't know if you meant exposed by people, but there are people walking, and just there's too much non-interesting activity during the day, and very, the critters tend to hide during the day. So I have it on at night. Glimpse of a child's potential. That was a positive news video from yesterday, and that was about a teacher that used AI images to ask her students, what do you want to be when you grow up? And then they do an aged AI vision of that child in their respective accoutrements for the profession, like a professional soccer players, doctors, lawyers. It was a lot of fun. Ken Gray says, "You say years fly by, sometimes the days drag on, but looking back, the years go fast." And yes, he says, yes, they still have erector sets. I'm glad to hear that. Quartzsite Comments on Boxing Day. Define the ornaments. Try typing vintage Christmas ornaments, twinkler spinner into Google. There are many different ones. Hopefully the specific type you remember will be there. Well, that's a nice thing for you to say. If I want to recapture my youth and find one of those spinning birdcage Christmas ornaments. And Tommy says, "Merry Christmas, my friend. I hope you had a great day with your friends." I did. Well, you saw it. You saw it, Tommy. You watched the video. Some nice videos of the wildlife. Donna West says, "Love the visitors in the wash video. Could you post a link for the game camera, please?" And I did on her. I posted it. There are many available on Amazon. I'll warn you about this, though. Oh, that's good coffee. Thank you. Pardon me. I just went to one I thought had a lot of good reviews. It got delivered. It conked out in 24 hours. I had to return it, get a new one. The new ones worked fine. So they're less than $100. I think it was like $50 or $59, something like that. They're not expensive, and the quality reflects that. If you want an expensive one, I'm sure there are more expensive ones to buy, but I bought an inexpensive one. Hey, Barb, Love your math. I enjoyed spending Christmas with you and the peeps. Barb's one of our was in the video. She's one of our campmates, and then Judy right behind her is another friend that was there. Buddy hasn't been too interested at night lately. Either he's gotten used to the coyote or the coyote has moved away temporarily. Her dog would alert when this coyote that has been around our camp comes around, but not lately, she says. On Glimpse of a Child's Potential, Lisa Roth. I got 3 in a row from people that were in the video. 3 in a row. Lisa says, that is great, the child's potential. Julio Herr, what is the camera you're using? And I gave a link there as well, the game camera. Ober447, we stick around Yuma until late February when we start moving north as the temperatures rise as we get into spring. We stay at the Pilot Knob LTVA. It's a lot quieter than Quartzsite, and the grocery shopping is better, and there are more services to choose from in Yuma. Also be sure to go to the big flea market on South Avenue 4E, a couple of good RV stores there. So that shows you differences in taste. People go to different places. There are lots of environments to choose in the area in southwestern Arizona. Utah Paul says, Merry Christmas, Rob. Yes, I have great memories of our family Christmas that started in the mid-1950s, and it lasted to early 1970s. Our family would go by Dad's brother's house in Chino, California. All of my dad's family, including cousins, on Christmas Eve, we would exchange gifts and have dinner. My uncle, who we had the get-together, passed away in 1971, so we started having Christmas Eve get-togethers at his sister's house in Lakewood, California. That I went for a few years, then stopped. Almost all my dad's family moved to different areas. I always look forward to our Christmas Eve get-togethers. We got together for barbecues and picnics during the years, but Christmas Eve stood out more. All of my dad's family are dead, including my mom and dad, except my cousins. Every year I talk to my cousin whose parents did the Christmas Eve get-togethers and told them we need to start the tradition again. But everyone is spread apart, so it never happens. My second cousins don't know what they're missing. And my dad had one of those 8mm cameras. He filmed some of the Christmas get-togethers and picnics. I cherish these videos and memories. I bet you do, Paul. I mean, I guess when we're nostalgic, we get those pictures in our head, like the story I told about getting the great toys. The picture in my head wasn't just the toys. It was the house full of people. All my brothers and sisters together with my dad. And what Paul is talking about is a really big family get-together, which is in itself an amazing thing. And I applaud his efforts to get it restarted again, even though it sounds like it wasn't successful. Pete Diaz loved this video. This is the I called it Residents of La Posa South LTVA, and it was the game camera compilation video. Love this video. It had a game camera when we used to go hunting in North Florida. Amazing the things that you catch on them. Pete Diaz says on the Christmas video, Merry Christmas, everyone. If you had those Matchbox toys now, you'd probably be some with a lot of value, highly collectible. Yeah, Pat. On the road trip to Una, maybe a new home base. Elf Pup says they look very close together. Check out the escapees near Artesia, New Mexico. And I said, too close for you, not me. I'm used to that at my current home base. That's a preferred RV resort. The spots are close together. It's an RV park. I get it that there are RV parks that have bigger spots, that the neighbors aren't as close. It's just not a priority for me. The one in New Mexico is pretty remote. I think it's about 45 minutes to get to the closest town, which is Roswell. And if I have a home base, I want convenience. I want to be able to shoot in just a few minutes to major retailers. I like that idea. At the same time, like in Yuma, I can shoot really fast to all these big retailers going one way, but if I go the other way, it's pure desert, wilderness, army base. Pete Diaz says, wow, got me too. I also thought Towed, T-O-A-D, was a car being towed, T-O-W-E-D, behind an RV. Never too old to learn something like this. That's why I love watching. It turns out I just found out that when people talk about, hey, he has a towed with his RV, he means that he's towing a vehicle, T-O-W-E-D, and it's kind of a play on words. And it sounds like everyone's saying T-O-A-D, which I thought was an acronym or just some reason they call it a toad. It's very funny. JB, I think they would have implemented the new LTV phase by now, or would that impact fees starting in the fall, winter? They haven't implemented it. I think they always said this is, or implied at least, that this is for next year. Day trip to Algodones. Good to find out about the Los Algodones changes. The purple store had been a landmark. Thanks for taking us along on your trip. Bob Cruikshank, my buddy from Preferred RV Resort, have very similar memories. Merry Christmas, Rob. Alpha Pop says a towed behind vehicle is spelled T-O-A-D, even though it should be T-O-W-E-D. That's how you would Google it if you want one. I love coyotes and your jackrabbit. Yes, the jackrabbit could be the coyote's dinner, the circle of life. I live in Prescott, Arizona. This is JB again, by the way. I live in Prescott, Arizona. I don't see too many jackrabbits anymore and are expansive intrusion into their environment. Excited to live with them in harmony in my boondocking future. 15 months and counting down. See you soon. Congratulations. Sounds like 15 months and counting down to the lifestyle, retirement, nomad land. Hello, Rob. I'm not familiar with the term Boxing Day. Try to Google search and nothing explained what that term meant. I'm kind of surprised because it's a holiday celebrated in the UK, other Commonwealth countries, including Canada, the day after Christmas. And I always remember as a kid seeing on the calendar it said on the 26th Boxing Day. And I am going to count on Ken to give you a more detailed explanation of the origins and purpose of Boxing Day. Go, Ken. Debbie, cool watching the wild animals. Chuck Brewing, good call on referring Adventure Van Manny is some good stuff on making money on the road. Yes, somebody asked, I'm stuck. I'm going to leave van life. I can't figure out how to get a job or make a living. So I referred them to a couple of places. I referred them to an ebook that is updated every year by Creativity RV, Robin Barrett, I think, or Robin Barrett. And she updates that every year, and I find it to be a very credible source. And also referred him to Adventure Van Man. He's got a van. I know he did a wonderful camp hosting gig this past summer that he really seemed to enjoy. So there are lots of possibilities out there. Do not despair. Chuck also says, you're right. There are many exceptional people wandering amongst us. I strive to be one of them. There you go. There's another one. Glimpse of a child's potential. What a great idea, says Robin Goff. And Robin Goff says, when I was little, my brother, my mom, and I lived with their parents for about 10 years. One of those years, we decided that the night we're going to decorate the tree to cook our dinner over the fire in the fireplace. My uncle was there with his Keyshawn breed dog. We decided on hot dogs and used long, expanded forks. My mom took her time cooking her hot dog to get it just perfect. She turned her head to grab her bun. Misty the dog came up to her side and snatched the hot dog so fast. My mom turned around to put the dog in the bun, and it wasn't there. We would often talk about that year. Other years in the future. That's pretty funny. Robin has, hi again, Rob. I forgot to tell you something I heard about today on YouTube. A channel that I watched was live today, and they were talking about different things that can help or hurt a channel. Thumbs up, comments, etc. One thing they said will hurt when people fast forward or speed up the playback. I know you said you'll put on 2 times speed when you do that. Instead of the channel getting credit for the whole video being watched, they only get credit for a half or less. So please don't be telling people to fast forward play on faster speed. You're hurting your channel's viewing credits. When I heard that, I said, I need to tell Rob. Well, there's no need to tell me that. The purpose of YouTube is to serve you, the viewers, not to serve the creators, right? We are supposed to, our job is to adapt to what you want or need. And I try to do that while retaining my authenticity. And if I have an hour-long video and you can make it through that by speeding it up and I get less credit, go do it. Go. I mean, it's not worth the 6 cents that's going to be the difference between you speeding up or slowing down. So do what's comfortable for you. And I'm going to do what's comfortable for me. If I want to speed up another YouTuber's video, I want to take in the content, but I want to get through it quickly. That's what those controls are for. And if they get a little less credit, they get a little less credit. It's okay. Most people don't speed up videos, so it's not really a material thing. And the other thing is there's a lot of people on YouTube saying what's good or bad for a channel, and it's not all real. And I say that because I've watched videos of people that work at YouTube, and they're often very circumspect about the exact things, how things work exactly. And one thing that's becoming more and more clear is that things like likes and comments, things like that, don't really drive your traffic. They really come back and keep saying what drives your traffic is people watching and engaging. The more people watch of your stuff, the more you're going to get pushed out there as a YouTube channel. That only makes sense because their job, they call it the algorithm. The algorithm's purpose is to keep people on the platform watching as many possible videos as possible and as many ads as possible. And they do that by scientifically or statistically having models that predict what do you in particular, what do you like to watch? And that comes up on your feed when you log on, all the videos that they think you might enjoy. And part of that process is saying, hey, he really likes Travels with Dottie. So when you come up in your feed, you're going to see Travels with Dottie quite a bit. And you're not going to see ones that you don't watch often. You're not going to see ones where you bring up a YouTuber's video and you watch for 30 seconds and go, that's not my cup of tea, and you bail. You probably won't see more from them. On how to afford and thrive in this lifestyle. Oh my God, I finally see, this is Melissa Loves H. Well, it's truncated. Melissa Loves, I can't see the whole, Melissa Loves H ... Oh my God, I finally see another person who's more comfortable in an RV than a house. Me too. I'm still saving for retirement at age 56. Got plenty of time. That's about when I got serious, about 56. I only have 40K saved, but plan to work seasonally well into my 70s and travel too. Travel very cheap, like to Quartzsite. I love to ride my e-bike since I couldn't pass my driver's license. Written test here in California. Then I read 45% of people fail. Then they went to $100 for 3 more chimes. No, thank you. So you don't mean you're going to ride your e-bike to Quartzsite, right? I'm a little confused. If you don't have a driver's license, how you're going to be in an RV, but maybe you're planning to go to a state that's easier to get a driver's license. I highly recommend you get one, though. I think I maybe misunderstood part of that. Naj, how cool. Wow, cool. Love to see the wildlife. Be careful of the coyotes. Coyotes are known to attack small dogs and cats. Make sure Dottie and George are never left alone outside anytime of the day or night. Well, George was outside once, like 2 years ago, almost 3 years ago. I put George outside, and he couldn't get back in fast enough. It was like I put him down, whoop, he's back in. And I've been outside the rig with the door open, and George will sit in the entryway at the top of the stairs, and I could leave for 3 days and George would not walk out. Same with Dottie. If I leave Dottie inside and I have the door open and I wander off, it's not a good idea. This is a bad idea, but I have to endorse making the mistake. I've walked away and left the door open by accident. And when I've come back and saw the door open, I'd go, oh my God, where's Dottie? And Dottie's always inside. She does not leave without permission. Thank God. But that's few and far between. Dottie is sometimes outside on her bed alone, except her bed is in front of the open door and my chair is in front of the door and I can see her when she's out there. I don't leave her alone, tethered out there, even during the day. I don't trust the coyotes. Rolling home, I just heard something about canned food having forever chemicals. I know everything kills you these days, but it's worth looking into. I'm going to call ridiculous on that. People have been surviving on canned food since there was canned food. There's probably pretty high, forever chemicals, maybe salt. I mean, it's just, I just don't go down those ridiculous rabbit holes. The latest one people have been harping on me about is my Apple earpods that I'm using. I bought primarily because in crowded, noisy environments, they can operate as a hearing aid, and I can hear people a lot better, and I'm real successful doing that. And the people say, you're going to get cancer, you're going to get cancer. I'm like, are you kidding me? And they think it's the the electricity being produced so close to your brain is going to give you brain tumors. Again, ridiculous. Are there studies out there saying that? Yeah, a couple, and they're both bunk. They're ridiculous. And think about it. So does that mean no one should have hearing aids? You know how long hearing aids have been around? There'd be people dropping dead right and left of tumors of hearing aids and earphones and things like that. It doesn't. It just doesn't. Science. Look at when you research stuff, find reputable sources, find institutions that are based in real science. And on things like this, they will give you the answer. Canned food's fine. Now, if there is a warning on canned food, if you see a bulge in it, that means the seal has been compromised, and I believe botulism is a possibility there. So you don't want to be eating canned food that is compromised. And you can tell if the can is swollen, the can is compromised. All right. Ken, are you on it? Quartzsite Pet Patio, K&K Kitchen, Patty's RV, a video about coming with a video only about coming with on Saturday mornings is good enough for me. There are a lot more smiles all around Quartzsite. I noticed a place it seems where people know it's okay just to be friendly with each other. A really relaxed vibe indeed. Agreed. One more, just 23 minutes ago. Sue Brown Chapin says, enjoyed your reminiscing about your age, and you got me thinking about Captain Kangaroo hiding carrots from Bunny Rabbit, who always found them. Funny little things we remember. I don't remember that part, but I was there for it. I guarantee you, I watched Captain Kangaroo every day. And Grandfather Clock, that memory just came back. Remember Grandfather Clock? All right, that's all there is today. A nice short one, but really nice, cool comments. I will see you. Oh, and what do we have today for other videos? We have a couple. I threw one in, another, and it's a lot of repeated information from other videos, but Quartzsite for Beginners, it's only about a 20-minute video where I, off the cuff, I talk about things that might be a concern for people coming for the first time or thinking about coming. And then Fisherman Hooks a Woman is a positive news story. It's a good one. Don't miss it. I will see you tomorrow.